Hey, it's Jay here from Fitness to You, Shoalhaven. Wanted to talk about fitness, exercise, and brain health as we age. So you may or may not know the term cognitive decline. So that's something that really will happen to all of us as we age. We can do some things to protect our brain, like be active, but we also need to challenge the brain. And guess what? Some of those brain games that have been advertised aren't going to make a difference in your life with brain health. Some of those games are maybe helping you in the moment. Those skills aren't transferring into everyday life. However, there's two key elements: aerobic exercise and effortful learning. So we need something complex. We can't just do something simple and expect to change the brain. So neuroplasticity is that our brain can change over our lifetime. Good news. But how do we do it? That is the thing for good brain health. So not just brain health, of course, we're talking about physical and emotional well-being. So we need to challenge the brain. It will continue to change as we age. It just starts to change slower. So we need more effort and we need complexity. The first and easiest form of complexity is to multitask. So I think most of you probably know pat your head and rump your stomach. Okay, but it really is more about just than doing that. And some of us can and some of us can't, even with good brain health. So it's such an important topic that I just want to read some things out to you because they're just so important and I don't want to get them wrong. So the thing is, as you would know, we're in a fast-paced society. And that's where, even with neuroplasticity, we want it to be fast. So we talk about speed of learning. That's something that also can decline. We can learn, but we learn slower. So we need more stimulus. We need sensory motor stimulus as well. So the doing with the hands and the complexity of a task with effort. So we need to be working the brain in a certain way, and I'm going to show you in a minute one easy way to exercise and train the brain. Now here's the thing, neuroplasticity, we've got to think about environment and how the environment can enhance us. So if we're sitting in a room and there's nothing to trigger thoughts, then nothing is happening in the brain. So as we age, we might want to have that photo album nearby with the photos that bring us back, and it brings up emotions and hopefully happy ones that we can refer to. It's going to stimulate us. We might look at, maybe there's still a piano and you can play the piano. Again, different stimulus in the room. So it was what we call cognitive enrichment. So we need to impose intellectual demands. Again, that's not just sitting and doing your puzzle. It won't hurt to do a puzzle, but there's other things that we can do. We now know we need to trigger the brain in a specific way while we're actually moving and exercising. So the variables are that we need enhanced outcomes. So we need to have enjoyment, motivation, and to be able to explore. And I think that's with dementia where we talk about those sensory gardens. So we're literally going out into a garden and exploring that environment. There'll be different smells, different textures, different things to look at. So we talk about general slowing of the mind. And again, I was talking about the speed in which we learn. Processing speed is one of the leading indicators of age-related changes in memory and spatial ability. So that's where we also need to train for where am I in space. It's something that we stop to be aware of. We're not looking at what's in that peripheral vision, and we've usually totally forgotten about what's behind us. And this is one of the things that can cause falls. So what we need is the psychological changes that occur in the body and the brain during and after physical activity. We need to trigger the brain, mood, and behaviour. So again, the takeaway is 2 main behaviours for keeping our brain going and active and healthy is aerobic exercise and effortful learning. Let's put the 2 together. You may or may not be able to see, but I have an L here for left. I have a B here for both hands, and I have a right here for right. So so easy is to say left, right, both. Left, right, both. So here we go. So left, right, both. Right, left, both. Okay, so we can have someone else calling that out and thinking about that. This is at the very simple level. We're going to include exercise. Now, a ball is a gentle exercise tool, but over time what we would actually use is a slam ball. So 1 kilo, 3 kilos, 5 kilos, and so be prepared for a bit of noise where I'm going to bounce. Someone else will call out both, go. And it might even have to move around left, and it has to be the left hand moving around. We could do squatting with the ball, both. So I've also just had to, with that's extra stimulus, and that's awesome. So the thing is, as I say both, and notice the word's not even there, it's just a B. So we have to remember that B is for both, but it's also problem solving. So how do I turn and how do I get both hands up here when I've got a ball in my hands? So that's some tips for you. Takeaway points is aerobic and effort is what we absolutely need. See you next time.